Solar thermal collectors. Solar thermal collectors are like sun-powered kettles for your home. They represent one of the simplest yet most effective ways to harness solar energy, focusing on capturing the sun's heat rather than converting its light into electricity. At its core, a solar thermal collector is a device that absorbs sunlight, converts it to heat, and transfers that heat to a fluid, usually water or air. This heated fluid can then be used directly or stored for later use. It's a principle as old as life itself. Think of a lizard basking on a sun-warmed rock, but refined and optimized for our modern energy needs. The most common type is the flat plate collector, often seen on rooftops. It consists of a dark, flat surface that absorbs sunlight, covered with glass to trap heat, much like a greenhouse. Pipes run through this collector, carrying water or antifreeze that heats up as it flows. This warm fluid can be used for space heating or domestic hot water, significantly reducing a household's energy consumption. More advanced systems, like evacuated tube collectors, use a series of glass tubes to achieve higher temperatures. These are particularly effective in colder climates or for applications requiring hotter water, such as industrial processes. What makes solar thermal collectors so appealing is their efficiency and simplicity. They can convert up to 70% of the sun's energy into heat, far more than photovoltaic panels can convert into electricity. They're also relatively low-tech, with fewer components that can fail, leading to long lifespans and low maintenance needs. As we strive for more sustainable living, solar thermal collectors offer a practical, accessible way for many households to reduce their carbon footprint and energy bills. They remind us that sometimes, the most profound solutions are also the simplest. Onshore wind farms. Onshore wind farms are like modern-day forests of clean energy, their towering turbines standing as sentinels of sustainability across our landscapes. These installations harness the power of moving air to generate electricity, turning our planet's natural weather patterns into a renewable resource. Picture a vast field where dozens, sometimes hundreds, of wind turbines stretch as far as the eye can see. Each turbine is a marvel of engineering, typically standing over 300 feet tall, with blades that can span the length of a football field. As the wind blows, these massive blades catch the air like sails, spinning a shaft connected to a generator that produces electricity. What makes onshore wind farms so compelling is their efficiency and scalability. A single large turbine can power hundreds of homes, and as wind speeds increase, power output rises exponentially. Moreover, the land between turbines can often still be used for agriculture or grazing, making wind farms a dual-purpose land use. Onshore wind has seen remarkable growth and technological advancement over the past few decades. Modern turbines are taller, more efficient, and quieter than their predecessors. They're also smarter, with sophisticated control systems that adjust blade angles to optimize performance in changing wind conditions. However, wind farms are not without controversy. Some people object to their visual impact on landscapes, and there are concerns about their effects on wildlife, particularly birds and bats. Addressing these issues requires careful planning, site selection, and ongoing research into wildlife-friendly designs. Despite these challenges, onshore wind farms have become a cornerstone of many countries' renewable energy strategies. As turbine technology continues to improve and costs decrease, these terrestrial wind catchers are set to play an increasingly vital role in our clean energy future.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love.
Offshore wind farms. Offshore wind farms are like vast nautical power plants, harnessing the strong, steady winds that blow over our oceans and seas. These installations take the concept of wind energy and amplify it, placing enormous turbines in marine environments where winds are typically stronger and more consistent than on land. Imagine colossal wind turbines rising from the waves, their foundations anchored deep in the seabed. These turbines are often even larger than their onshore cousins, with some modern designs reaching heights of over 850 feet, taller than many skyscrapers. The blades of these giants can sweep an area larger than the London Eye, capturing massive amounts of wind energy with each rotation. What makes offshore wind particularly attractive is the quality of the wind resource at sea. Ocean winds tend to be stronger and more reliable than those on land, allowing offshore turbines to generate more electricity more consistently. Additionally, offshore farms can be built closer to coastal population centers, reducing transmission losses and infrastructure costs. The technology behind offshore wind is a testament to human ingenuity. Engineers have developed floating turbines that can be deployed in deeper waters, opening up vast new areas for wind energy development. These floating behemoths are like icebergs of clean energy, with massive submerged structures keeping them stable in rough seas. While offshore wind farms face challenges such as higher construction and maintenance costs, and potential impacts on marine ecosystems, they offer significant advantages. They don't compete for land use, have less visual impact on communities, and can be built at scales that dwarf most onshore installations. As costs continue to fall and technology improves, offshore wind is poised to become a major player in the global energy mix. These sea-based wind catchers represent one of our most promising tools in the fight against climate change, turning the vast, untapped energy of our oceans into clean, renewable power. Small-scale wind turbines. Small-scale wind turbines are like the democratization of wind energy, bringing the power of the breeze down to a personal or community level. These compact windmills represent a way for individuals, small businesses, and rural communities to harness wind power without the need for massive infrastructure or large open spaces. Picture a wind turbine that could fit in your backyard or on the roof of a building. These devices, typically ranging from 1 to 100 kilowatts in capacity, operate on the same principles as their larger cousins but on a much more intimate scale. They're like personal power plants, converting local wind patterns into usable electricity for homes, farms, or small industrial applications. What makes small-scale wind turbines particularly interesting is their versatility. They can be installed in a wide variety of settings, from rural properties to urban environments. Some models are designed to be mounted on buildings, taking advantage of the way wind flows over and around structures. Others are freestanding, able to capture wind in open areas too small for commercial wind farms. These smaller turbines often incorporate innovative designs to maximize efficiency at lower wind speeds. Vertical axis turbines, for instance, can capture wind from any direction without needing to reorient, making them well-suited for areas with variable wind patterns. Some models even combine wind and solar power in a single unit, providing a more consistent energy supply. Small-scale wind power isn't without challenges. It requires careful site assessment to ensure sufficient wind resources, and in some areas, zoning regulations may restrict turbine installation. However, for those in suitable locations, these systems can significantly reduce electricity bills and provide a degree of energy independence. As we move towards a more distributed, resilient energy system, small-scale wind turbines offer a way for individuals and communities to participate directly in clean energy production. They remind us that renewable energy isn't just about massive infrastructure projects, but also about empowering people to generate their own clean power. Run-of-river hydroelectricity. Run-of-river hydroelectricity is like nature's conveyor belt of clean energy. This innovative approach to hydropower harnesses the natural flow of rivers to generate electricity without the need for large dams or reservoirs. It's a gentler, more environmentally friendly way to tap into the power of moving water. Imagine a river's journey from mountains to sea, with its constant flow carrying enormous amounts of kinetic energy. Run-of-river systems intercept a portion of this flow, channeling it through turbines to generate electricity before returning the water to the river's natural course. It's like borrowing the river's energy for a moment, then letting it continue on its way largely undisturbed. What sets run-of-river apart from conventional hydropower is its minimal environmental impact. Without large reservoirs, these systems don't flood vast areas of land or significantly alter river ecosystems. They work with the natural rhythms of the river, producing more power during high-flow seasons and less during drier periods. The technology behind run-of-river systems is both simple and sophisticated. At its core, it involves diverting part of the river flow into a pipe or channel that leads to a powerhouse. Here, the water's force spins turbines connected to generators, producing electricity. After passing through the turbines, the water is returned to the river downstream. One of the most appealing aspects of run-of-river hydroelectricity is its scalability. Systems can range from small installations powering remote communities to larger facilities contributing significant amounts of power to national grids. This flexibility makes it an attractive option for a wide range of settings, from developing countries seeking to electrify rural areas to developed nations looking to expand their renewable energy portfolios. While run-of-river systems are dependent on consistent river flow and may produce less power during dry seasons, they represent a balanced approach to hydropower. They offer a way to generate clean, renewable energy while maintaining the ecological integrity of river systems, demonstrating how we can work in harmony with natural processes to meet our energy needs. Pumped storage hydroelectricity. Pumped storage hydroelectricity is like a giant, watery battery for the electrical grid. This ingenious system uses the simple principle of gravitational potential energy to store and release large amounts of power, helping to balance the supply and demand of electricity across the network. Imagine two large reservoirs, one significantly higher than the other, connected by a system of pipes and turbines. During periods of low electricity demand, like at night, excess power from the grid is used to pump water from the lower reservoir to the higher one. It's like charging a battery, but instead of storing energy in chemicals, we're storing it as the potential energy of elevated water. When electricity demand peaks and more power is needed, the process is reversed. Water is released from the upper reservoir, flowing downhill through turbines that generate electricity, much like a conventional hydroelectric dam. The water then collects in the lower reservoir, ready to be pumped up again when demand subsides. It's a continuous cycle of energy storage and release, timed to the rhythms of our electricity consumption. What makes pumped storage hydroelectricity particularly valuable is its ability to respond quickly to changes in electricity demand. It can go from zero to full power in a matter of minutes, providing a crucial buffer for the grid. This rapid response capability is becoming increasingly important as we integrate more variable renewable energy sources like wind and solar into our power systems. The technology behind pumped storage is mature and reliable, with some facilities operating for decades. Modern systems are highly efficient, able to return about 70 to 80% of the energy used to pump the water uphill. Pumped storage hydroelectricity plays a vital role in our transition to a renewable energy future. By providing a way to store large amounts of energy and quickly release it when needed, these systems help smooth out the intermittency of other renewable sources, making our overall energy supply more stable and reliable. While the initial construction can be expensive and geographically limited, these facilities have long operational lifespans and relatively low maintenance costs. Pumped storage hydroelectricity plays a vital role in our transition to a renewable energy future. By providing a way to store large amounts of energy and quickly release it when needed, these systems help smooth out the intermittency of other renewable sources, making our overall energy supply more stable and reliable. Microhydro systems. Microhydro systems are like miniature powerhouses that tap into the energy of small streams and rivers. These compact hydroelectric installations bring the benefits of water power to a local, often personal scale, allowing individuals and small communities to generate their own clean electricity. Picture a small mountain stream cascading down a hillside. A microhydro system might divert a portion of this flow into a pipe, channeling the water downhill to a turbine housed in a structure no larger than a garden shed. As the water spins the turbine, it generates electricity that can power nearby homes or businesses. It's like having your own personal waterfall working tirelessly to keep the lights on. What sets microhydro apart is its adaptability and minimal environmental impact. Unlike large hydroelectric dams, these systems work with the natural flow of water, requiring little or no water storage. They can be installed on small streams, opening up a vast, previously untapped resource of clean energy. The technology behind microhydro is surprisingly simple and robust. The technology behind microhydro is surprisingly simple and robust. The key components are an intake to divert water from the stream, a pipeline to carry the water, a turbine to convert the water's energy into rotational force, and a generator to produce electricity. The specific design can vary widely based on the site's characteristics, from simple, run-of-stream setups to more complex systems with small dams or penstocks. One of the most appealing aspects of microhydro is its reliability. Unlike solar or wind power, which depend on variable weather conditions, a well-designed microhydro system can provide a steady supply of electricity day and night, often regardless of weather. This makes it an excellent option for off-grid locations or as a supplement to other renewable energy sources. While microhydro systems require careful site selection and can be affected by seasonal changes in water flow, they offer a sustainable way for many rural or remote areas to access clean, renewable energy. These small-scale water power systems demonstrate how local resources can be harnessed to meet local energy needs, embodying the principle of decentralized, sustainable power generation. Biomass energy. Biomass energy is like recycling the sun's energy stored in organic matter. This versatile renewable resource harnesses the power locked in plant and animal materials, turning what might otherwise be waste into valuable energy. Imagine a power plant fueled not by coal or gas, but by wood chips, agricultural residues, or even specially grown energy crops. These organic materials, which have absorbed solar energy through photosynthesis during their growth, release this stored energy when burned or processed. It's like unlocking a solar battery that nature has packaged in plant form. What makes biomass particularly interesting is its diversity. It can come from many sources: forestry residues, agricultural byproducts, organic municipal waste, or dedicated energy crops. This variety allows biomass to be a locally sourced energy option in many parts of the world, reducing dependence on imported fuels. The technology to convert biomass into usable energy varies widely. Direct combustion in furnaces or boilers is the simplest and most common method, used for heating or to generate electricity. More advanced technologies include gasification, which converts biomass into a combustible gas, and anaerobic digestion, which produces biogas from organic waste. There's even research into turning algae into biofuels, potentially creating a new source of renewable liquid fuels. One of the most appealing aspects of biomass is its potential to be carbon neutral. While burning biomass does release CO2, this is generally balanced by the carbon absorbed during the growth of the biomass. When managed sustainably, biomass can provide a renewable energy source that doesn't add to net carbon emissions. However, biomass energy isn't without challenges. Large-scale production of energy crops can compete with food production for land use. There are also concerns about the sustainability of certain biomass sources, particularly when it comes to forest management. Addressing these issues requires careful planning and regulation to ensure that biomass truly remains a sustainable energy option. Biomass energy represents a bridge between our agricultural and energy systems, turning biological productivity into a source of power. As we continue to refine and improve biomass technologies, this ancient form of energy storage could play a significant role in our modern, clean energy future. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is like tapping into the Earth's own central heating system. This renewable resource harnesses the heat naturally produced within our planet, turning the power of underground steam and hot water into usable energy. Imagine drilling deep into the Earth's crust, where temperatures can reach several hundred degrees Celsius. In some areas, this heat naturally creates reservoirs of steam or hot water. Geothermal power plants tap into these reservoirs, bringing the steam or hot water to the surface where it can drive turbines to generate electricity or be used directly for heating. It's like having a limitless underground kettle, constantly heated by the Earth's core. What makes geothermal energy particularly attractive is its consistency. Unlike solar or wind power, which depend on weather conditions, geothermal energy is available 24/7, providing a stable baseload power source. In some regions, like Iceland, geothermal energy provides a significant portion of the country's electricity and heating needs. The technology behind geothermal energy varies based on the resource. Traditional geothermal power plants use hydrothermal resources, naturally occurring hot water or steam. Enhanced geothermal systems, EGS, are more advanced, creating artificial reservoirs by injecting water into hot, dry rock formations. This expands the potential for geothermal energy to areas without natural hydrothermal resources. One of the most exciting aspects of geothermal energy is its scalability. While large power plants can generate electricity for entire cities, smaller-scale geothermal heat pumps can be used to heat and cool individual buildings. These systems circulate fluid through pipes buried in the ground, taking advantage of the Earth's constant temperature just below the surface to provide efficient heating and cooling. However, geothermal energy does face challenges. The initial costs of drilling and plant construction can be high, and not all areas have easily accessible geothermal resources. There are also concerns about induced seismicity in some EGS projects. Despite these challenges, as technology improves and our understanding of geothermal resources grows, this clean, reliable energy source is likely to play an increasingly important role in our renewable energy future. Geothermal energy reminds us that some of our most powerful clean energy solutions may be right beneath our feet, waiting to be tapped. It's a testament to how we can work with the Earth's natural processes to meet our energy needs sustainably.